Hi, Aries. And then we have, I'll show you the cards as I see them. We have the Emperor, we have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Chalices. Lovely new beginnings, a lot of potential there coming in, especially in the area of physical intimacy. Okay, Aries, well, right away, what I'm kind of feeling is because we have this past position here, it looks like you have been up to this point kind of working steadily at creating more stability around yourself, either if you're already married, within your family, if you're single, just kind of more centered, a sense of centeredness, trying to create more financial stability in your world, a greater sense of who you are in the world with the Emperor and the Ten of Autumn together. I'll get to this one in a second. This could be the one. But I feel like these are very much about creating structure, about creating order in your manifest world. So it looks like it's in the position of what we would consider the past here, Aries. It looks like you've been doing a lot of work around this. You want more stability. You want to be more structured. You want to have a firmer hand, so to speak, on yourself in love. You want to be firmly. I don't know why the word firm keeps coming up for me. It's like you want a firm hand, and you want to be treated with a firm hand. Like you don't want anything wishy-washy, and this is kind of what's been happening in the past. We have this could be the one you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So for many of you, you already know this person. If you're already in a couple, then obviously it would be that person most likely because these are very sort of beneficial sort of feeling cards. But remember that first and foremost, Aries, you are the romantic partner that you seek. Especially in the past position with the Emperor and that Ten of Autumn, creating all that structure. It looks like for me, you've been really wanting to create more structure within self, so that you can be an equal partner. So you can be the partner that you want to see in another. Is kind of how it feels in this past position, which is really, really lovely energy. And I really do see this, especially in the bedroom, because we have the Four of Wands as well here, and the Emperor being a 4 energy and this being the 4 of Wands. It's about creating that stability, that sense of if you imagine the 4 being like 4 legs of a table on the tabletop, Aries, it's like you've been wanting more security, more strength, more structure in your romantic and love life. So it's really, really nice to see here. And then here, right in the present, it looks like a lot of wonderful things are occurring for you especially during this time period. We have this 9 of Summer, which is sort of this idea of wishes coming true, emotional contentment. We have the worth waiting for, like it's all coming together for you. You've been working hard, creating this structure. I feel for on self first, and then that manifests in your exterior world. And then we have the 4 of Wands, kind of the celebratory card. Things finally getting more stable, feeling very content here in the bedroom. Again, these are energies that are coming in that are sort of present during this time period as we kind of feel this center line being the present. So if you haven't actually manifested it, these energies are there and they're available, and it's just going to manifest differently for everybody. But you may even feel it, even if you're single and you're not with someone, you may just feel more centered, more secure in who you are and your sexuality and how you want to display it and who you want to share it with. And this worth waiting for card for those of you who are single and not yet coupled, if that's what you're seeking and desiring, that this is just letting you know that divine timing is at work. And so when the time is right, when you are feeling more centered, even more structured within self, when you're feeling more solid within self, that's when the dreams come true. That's when divine timing recognizes that you have you're ready and you've integrated the lessons that you've been learning and you're ready for love, and divine timing kind of comes in and says okay and presents opportunities for us in that way. And then into the future position, it's really nice. We have the 6 of Autumn energy for you, Aries, which is very much about that reciprocity that you like being, and it's really nice, especially during the holidays, this sense of open-heartedness, giving with a sense of not necessarily trying to get, but giving in a way that just opens you up, and so others want to give to you as well, especially in this way of in love, but also in a way that's manifests, like especially during the holidays, probably gift giving and things like that. It looks like there's a lot of potential here for that sense of give and take and reciprocity and balance, which I think is really, really nice. You are being encouraged right here, kind of in a little bit in the future position, Aries, to let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So especially because it's tied to this worth waiting for, And this could be the one in particular. Like, it may be because in the past position, like you've already met this person, especially if you're single, it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work, but let go of trying to make anything happen. Let go of self-flagellation, like, oh, it should have happened by now, or this person needs to do this in order for this to happen, in order for me to be happy. The more that you continue to work on self, create that sense of structure within self, your own internal emotional support system for yourself, the things that you do to help yourself feel emotionally connected to the divine, to others, the more that you do that without trying to put that on someone else to provide that for you, the more that it allows it to happen faster, because you take the energetic weight off of the energetic shoulders, so to speak, of that person that you're waiting for, by being more centered and more, I keep wanting to use the word firm hand, like having a firmer hand with self is how it feels to me. And that's what this let go of control issues is about. Like, you don't need to make it happen. You just need to continue to, you don't need to do anything actually, but if you're wanting things to happen more quickly, letting go, and rather than trying to focus in and make something happen, or deciding that it has to be this one person, just to let things kind of flow a little bit, allow a little bit of elasticity here, and it will help this give and take to occur more rapidly for you. Because there is this tremendous energy coming forth, right, in the kind of the future position during this time period, kind of going into January, mid to late January, this brand new beginning, all the potential for a beautiful emotional connection with another. It's really lovely energy. It is the potential for this. And if you're already coupled, it just indicates that there's even more potential for a new sense of this emotional connection with your loved one. Really, really lovely. And again, we have the Ace of Wands, all this new potential coming in as well. It's an underlying energy for that passion, for that sense of wildness and sexual abandon, that where the fires just burn very, very brightly. But right now they're more kind of a smoldering ember. And then we also have the soulmate card as an underlying energy, an emerging energy. So it could be that you've already met the romantic partner you seek is indeed a soulmate. And you may not be aware of this person. Maybe you weren't open yet to their energy, or if you've always had that kind of sense of wonder about this one particular person, maybe you sensed a certain something about them, a certain light around them. They just seemed more clear to you than other people, but you weren't sure why. Maybe they're not your usual type. That's probably this person that you're kind of thinking about as this kind of underlying or emerging energy here. And then I do want to speak to this because this is also under the deck as an underlying energy, and it does look like, Aries, you have been working to, because I see all this, this 10 of Autumn and this Emperor energy, it looks like you have been working hard because this is an energy of change, and you are leaving behind a way that didn't quite work for you in the past. It's like, I kind of see this card always, not always, but many times as past, present, future, and the future is now, and that's why there's this change energy. 5 vibrates at that energy of change, that instability, and you're kind of in that little bit, you've been leaving that kind of unstable way of being, that for me, it's kind of a little bit of victimhood, like you've been a bit of not you in terms of a negative way, but we all have these stages, right, where we feel more victimized by others, where we don't feel as strong within self, and I feel like you've been leaving that kind of idea of victimization behind more and more, especially in love. And that might manifest in ways where people don't treat you well, and then you think, oh, they didn't treat me well. But I think you're becoming more and more clear that the way that you treat yourself shows others how to treat you. And I think that you're kind of leaving that behind, and that's the work you've been doing here. Creating more structure so you can have the family that you want, the home that you want, the life that you want, the career that you want. This Emperor energy is very much about structure and organization and logic and a firm hand on self first and foremost. So I really commend you, because this is energy that is can be very difficult, and sometimes you can feel like you just can't seem to move forward, and sometimes we can kind of linger for a while at this 5 of Winter stage. And it's just because you're integrating new truths about yourself and about the way you want to be. And that's why this divine timing is also here, because a lot of times you may not move forward in the way that you would like because you're taking time to integrate the changes that have been maybe conscious or unconscious. But the divine is kind of, watching, and your guides and angels and the divines always aware of everything that you're going through, and then things open up for you at the right time when you're open to them in a way that maybe you weren't in the past. So some beautiful energies for you there. Aries, I think I'm going to get one more card for you, and then I'm going to close out your reading. I'm going to get it from the... Okay, Aries, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love and a happy new year.